Hello and welcome back to City Sowers. Audrey and I are going to build a chicken dust bathing area. Shouldn't be too big of a project, but figured I'd give you the background on it at least. Part of the project with doing the grass area and the bark area around was we really want to have a nice backyard again, not just a open farm area, right? But we have chickens and they need to scratch somewhere and dust bathe to get rid of pests, that kind of thing, and they need something to do when they're bored. So we are going to put some sand down. I just went to the store and got like 360 pounds of sand, so it's going to be perfect for them to just throw themselves down and flop around and get some sun and some dust. Audrey has helped me get it from the truck this far, and we're gonna go dump it over there in the sand area. We're probably gonna rake it out first. The first few bags I threw down kind of split all over. We will rake up what we can, and then we will throw the rest of the sand down, spread it out, and give them a nice area to bathe in. So come along. Here we go. Wow. Whee.
And they take a big turn and they race through the park and they stop it.
All right, so this is the area that we're gonna fill. It's only maybe a yard wide and about 15, 16 feet long. So we got 6 bags of 60-pound sand, all-purpose sand. And I think part of what we're doing for more entertainment value is we're gonna probably put some chicken scratch, some kind of feed in there, something that the chickens can dig into so they're not suddenly enamored by the mulch and dig it out. Every once in a while, a few will get into the new grass area and they'll just throw the bark everywhere. So since we're trying to entertain them so that they aren't digging up all the bark, this would be a good place to do it. I'm also going to take some of these aluminum spikes and I'm going to finish spiking down our border. I only had 4 left. Remember when we did the edging all the way around the outside of the grass? I ran out of spikes before, but I got like the corners in for this. So I'm going to finish it up with these aluminum spikes and get that kind of firmly in place. And I also have some bark for the outside edging. Finish all this up. Anyway, looking forward to it. You ready, Audrey?
Yep.
All right. So I started by taking that straight spike and bent it into a U. Kind of took a little bit of muscle and the assisted use of a piece of concrete, an old brick, stepping on it to start that bend. I noticed the goats are over there helping Audrey open the sand, ripping open the bag because they'll literally eat anything. Mostly. Especially if we don't want to eat, and usually that's how it works. Anyway, what I'm going to do is, on this edging, as you recall, there's an area where you can put spikes in. I'm going to just put that bad boy right in there, spike it down, and it will hold it in place. Cheese. Hi, you. You digging in there? It's not going to be as good as you think it is. See? Told you. It's like paper, huh? How's it?
Ew.
Not bad.
Don't let her eat the paper.
What? Come on. You haven't lived until you've tried paper.
Strong man. Oh, are you gonna take out those dead grapevines first?
Yeah.
Proper gardening tools.
Yes. Get it! Get it! Yes! Hey, hold on. I now know the square root of just about anything.
Or the grapefruit of
The
anything.
grapefruit of anything. What's the grapefruit of 7?
A crown?
The crown of grapes. Some people use the leaves, but we like to use the root.
Yeah, very distinguished. So, at least that's a good start. We'll give them their little dusting bath area and finish this bark off. I'm not really sure, to be honest, if we should start with the bark right now or let them kind of get used to it being there. Because they're going to throw it
Bark in
everywhere.
here.
So,
We're gonna put bark in here?
we're going to put bark in there. No, not in here. Sorry, we're going to put bark on the outside. That's going to kind of be as is. Just like a little area for them to toss around. Audrey, you want to go get a little bit of chicken feed and we'll throw it in here?
Chicken feed?
Yeah, we'll make like a treat area for them.
Good idea.
My guests this afternoon on Garden Building with David are Lily and Sweetheart. Sweetheart is a naked necked chicken and Lily is Americana. Both of them are actually kind of fun, kind of neat. They're both pretty, and I'm gonna throw them in some dirt and see what happens. Ah, nice to see your work being put to good use as they immediately leave the area. Ah. And they're off. All right, so the chicken run appears to be in good shape. The chickens are loving it. That's kind of encouraging. We threw out some feed and they're just going to town. That's great. While I'm over here, I'm going to check on the composting. Shout out to Ginger. Thank you so much. A lady that came to our church, or comes to our church, gave us this composter when she heard that Amanda was started to do her City Sowers channel. And so immediately she's like, I have a composter, do you want it? So yes, that'd be great. So this is a pretty great way to do composting. There's all kinds of different designs and ways, and of course you can do, if you have a whole lot of space, you can do it just out in your yard and that's fine. But we don't, right? So we're looking for the smartest and easiest way with a limited amount of space. So this is pretty awesome. Just got a crank here on the side to kind of keep it rotating. And because it's composting, it needs to have moisture and then heat, right? So these little clamps here will open it up. And we'll take a look at how it's going right now. Lovely. There it is. Take a look. It smells about as good as you might expect. Hey look, a garden steak. Yeah, so the idea with composting is it breaks down all that organic matter. So we've got wood chips in there from the goat pens. We've got just yard waste and it's and goat poop, which is already naturally pretty easy to compost. So you want to keep it damp. Grab my handy dandy hose here, and not too soaking wet, but enough to keep it moist, all right? Then we will rotate it a few times to keep it very, well, keep it mixed up nicely.
There's a hole in the bottom, all the water will drain out if you get too much.
Yeah, if it gets too much, it will drain out, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna latch that bad boy back on there. Audrey, do you want to spin it?
Yeah.
All right.
Here, I'll pick you back up. Pinches though.
So it has different air inlets, and that's kind of the key. You want to have airflow, but then you want to let it sit so that it's able to break down and have those natural microbes eat up all that organic matter and turn it into something the garden can use. All right, so that's one time around. Let's go all the way around one more time. Is that hard?
A little bit.
As we go through this process, we're constantly learning. This is genuinely our first time outside of like raising worms that we've done composting. So if you have anything that you've done in your own experience, something you've added into your compost just to help break it down, speed up the process, maybe a schedule for watering it or rotating it, we'd love to hear what you have to say. Just throw it in the comments there, and if we're able to employ in that, we'll shout you out and tell you thank you, because this whole urban gardening thing is definitely it's a learning curve, and everyone is in that same bucket of, I want to do it, what can I do, and how can I do it with the least amount of space, right? I mean, we still want to have a backyard for our kids to run around, and we still want to have pets and things, but we want to have a homestead. So any ideas we can get from friends here on YouTube, family, we are going to employ them the best of our ability. Let's take a look and see how that worked. Oh. There we go. Make sure it's still nice and moist throughout. So I do have some dry spots in there, so I will wet it.
Again.
Over down that. Oops. Maybe spray Audrey right in the face. Pro tip. They scream louder if you get them right in the nose. Daughters, that is.
It's hot water.
There we go. And also the nice thing about composting is it creates a lovely scent that really attracts the ladies. So guys, if you're looking for a I'm a farmer scent, rub yourself with some compost. You never know the good things that can happen.
And it also comes out of that hole.
Yes, yes it does.
It's going out.
All right, I think I'm gonna leave it there today, and we'll check on it next time.
Rolled.
Urban troubles, right? But, you know, we always have this to fall back on. Goats and their toys. Well, we got more kids coming into the kid pasture.
For some reason, it's just her that likes it.
Babies are obsessed with the lavender.
Oh my god!
It's supposed to be a goat-resistant plant, but these guys want to chew on everything.
Oh, he's having.
What do you got there, buddy?
Rosie.
Let's see, Rosie, you and your legs.
Oh, now you're.
Oh, stick legs.
Oh, wanna play rock and
Mama says they're getting much better. Mama says they can make you run real fast. My mama always said life is like a box of chocolate.
No! They think.
One of my favorite kids right here, I'd say top 3 of the humans.
It's raining! Yay! Oh my gosh! Creepy!
Goat yoga. You're the goat lord?
Careful there. You have to be careful. Be careful, okay? Be careful. Okay.
And when the rambunctious playing is done, they come and sit in the shade. And sometimes the goats come with them. Hockey.
This boy is comfortable like this. What are you doing? What are you doing, children? Don't get in a fight, remember? Oh my gosh. Willoughby. Oh my I knew it! Go fight! Get it? Go fight on a human.
What do you got there?
Little Rosie. Stop sneaking behind me.
It's amazing how he can have so much energy to run and all she wants to do is nap. It's like daddy right now. Scare ya?
Oh, yeah. She's like, a person, stop! Poof. Then she steps on me. Hey, Dad. Hey.
Meanwhile, in the front yard, we have a hard-working nerd. What's up, nerd?
Hey.
What you doing?
Mulching.
You're putting that hideous hay into our flower beds?
Straw.
I'm sorry, not our flower beds, the child's.
Hideous straw.
Ah. What's the difference between hay and straw?
Hay is food, straw is not.
Hmm. How's this project coming overall?
Hot.
Hot.
It's alright. I'm gonna have to shower though, because I know I'm gonna be all itchy. So I'll probably finish this project, then I'll jump in the shower and wash the dog.
Oh, look at you.
Uh-huh. Living it up.
A shot of how that project's coming along. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us today. We had a lot of fun just watching the goats play, making a chicken run. We're finding out right now that some of the goats are enjoying the chicken feed we hid in there. Yes. You wish you could be over there, huh? Well, we are ready to go in. It's getting hot. Hot out here. But the goats, this is their area and they seem to be loving it. We just can't let them run around constantly on the grass yet. We still have probably 3 weeks before we start taking the fencing down. So that's something you can look forward to. And then we'll have kind of that open grassy-ish backyard for as long as the goats and chickens allow us to. That's how it goes. But anyway, we just wanted to say thank you for hanging out with us today, and we hope you're blessed. Kids, how should we finish this up? You guys have any great ideas?
This is your urban nerd with a goat herd.
How about
Real
we are your urban nerds with a goat herd? All right, well, This is your urban nerd with a goat herd saying, you can grow where you're planted.
Plant in the backyard.
In the backyard?
All planted.
What if you're a goat? Can the goats grow in the backyard?
Yep. And you can also sit like a goat.
You can sit like a goat. How does a goat sit, Caleb?
Like this. Goats don't
See you next
sit.
time.